Right guys, good afternoon and welcome back to Thai Talk with Dan. Now I did want to get back into the stories, but I've just been too busy since I got back to Thailand. As I said in my last video, I had to go to Pattaya for business, not pleasure. The bar scene does bore me, but I did go out for one night for a couple of hours and met subscribers and met a few YouTubers. And then I headed back to Buriram, 7 o'clock in the morning, arrived in Buriram for 4 o'clock, and I've had my son ever since then, full time. So it was a bit of a head spin. I literally had to get the keys for the new place that I'm in now, and then I had to go and get the keys for the motorbike, and then I had to get some shopping and get some bits and pieces that I needed for the place. Needed a kettle, a toaster and little bits and pieces, and just get into a routine. And because I arrived during the middle of the week, my son has school, but the routine for school is quite good. I've got plenty of time to be able to get my head down and get some work done. Now, I've only been back in Buriram for a few days, and I've already noticed that a lot of people have split up from their partners. I've only been gone 3 months and carnage has ensued. A bar has shut down here that's been open for donkey's years, has closed down. Paddy's bar, and a couple of people from another bar who run another bar have disappeared back off to the Phalang's own country for a bit. And it's very different. It seems quite bleak being back. It's weird. It's the same as before I left, but just a little bit emptier. Now, since I got back here, I've just been trying to get back into a routine, like I said, and obviously spending time with my son, and everything's kind of fell into place quickly. I've not really had time to even think or concentrate. It feels like I've not even been gone. Now, I have been reading quite a few of the comments, and mostly comments are always positive, but there are a few inquiries in regards to money matters. People are very interested in how I can actually generate money and earn money from going back home so quickly. Now, I have said in other videos, about what my life has normally been like. Ever since I was 21 years old, I never earned less than £1,000 per week because I was involved in sales and marketing, and I was very good at it. And you make decent money doing that. And because I was so good at sales, I got promoted very, very quickly. And by the time I was, I think 23 years old, I was in charge of 300 people, and I was a divisional sales manager because I was very good at not only selling, but also teaching other people to sell as well. And ever since then, I just progressed through sales and marketing, did really well, and then ended up having my own business, made a fortune, realized that money is not the route to happiness. It's far from it. It comes with its own problems and its own issues. And I personally hate sales and marketing, and I personally don't particularly like salespeople that much as well. So I was in a profession that I really didn't like, but it generated me a lot of money. So it's hard for you to get out of that profession, because if I don't do that type of work, I'm going to be earning a hell of a lot less doing a normal job. So I always stayed in it. Now, with coming over to Thailand, it was very difficult to keep my business going. I didn't really want to anyway, but it was hard to keep the customers happy. It was hard to keep my business going. And as a lot of you guys know, my life hasn't been stable for the last few years. It's been chaotic, it's been crazy, and it's very difficult for me to have 1 week where my life is normal, where I can get my head down and work. So the reason why I've done so well from going back to England is that I had no issues while I was there. I had zero issues. The only focus that I had to focus on was work every single day. I had no one bothering me, no one mithering me, no one trying to gaslight me or causing me issues. So I just fully concentrated on making money online, dealing with people and speaking to people who owned businesses to try to generate work from them also in regards to my skill set. Sales and marketing is a skill. Lots of people can do it, but not lots of people are very good at it. So yeah, getting your head down and just sitting in a bedroom all day, every day in front of a computer, generating passive incomes online, which is quite tough as well. So it takes quite a bit of time to work for free, basically, until you can get monetized and build things up in order to start generating money from them. So every single way that I could find to make money online, I did it, and I put the hours in, and I put the effort in, and I didn't see family, I didn't see friends, and I just literally sat in a bedroom and worked for near enough 16 hours every single day. Now, if anybody, any human on the planet was to put 16 hours hard graft every single day, you know, it's not digging holes, but it is a graft, staring at a screen, constantly typing, constantly making content as well, on spreadsheets, messing about. I mean, you feel like a zombie, speaking to people on the phone, etc. It is it's draining, but in a different kind of way. So I did that constantly every single day, and I had 3 months. And if anybody else was to do that for 3 months, they'd either do the same as me, a little bit below me, or they'd just supersede me, surpass me, and do even better. And then obviously I come back to Thailand. The last place in the world I wanted to go to was a place like Pattaya. It has no interest for me at all, but I had to go there because the guy that I'm doing work with lives there, and in regards to what he wants me to do, I'm not going to say on here, but what he wants me to do, I have to learn about it, and I have to go back there soon again as well for maybe 5 days or a week. I can bring my son down if he's got time off school, so he can go and visit the beach and stuff. But most of the time I need to get my head down, I need to work, I need to concentrate, because it's going to require a lot of effort, but there's a lot of money involved in it, and it can really set me up quite well. And with this new job and the other jobs that I've got, and the online income and the passive income, etc., I can be generating a hell of a lot of money each and every month. But with that money, I can save around about 85%, 90% of the money that I'm generating and bank it. And that money then I can use to actually get back to England. Guys, I've never had any issues making money, but I do have issues being in Thailand. I can't concentrate. I've always been gaslit. I've always had issues, for anybody that knows my story. I've got a child to look after as well. And it's been difficult to actually sit down, concentrate, come up with new ideas, put the hours that are needed to be put in. It's like now I'm taking care of my son full time at the moment. He'll probably see his mum on Monday or something next week, and then I'll probably have him back again. I don't know, because it's hard to set up a routine. Anybody who knows my life understands what it's like. But it'd be very difficult for me to put in those 16 hours a day now, because I've got my son to look after. So my son goes to school quite early in the morning, and then I've got time until about 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the afternoon to work as hard as I possibly can, get the work done, and then literally run out the door, jump on the motorbike, go and pick my son up, and then get back home, go and swim or play some games or whatever, and just crack on. But when I've got my son, I have to switch off from work, because he's only young, so he requires a lot of attention. and I just get on with it. And at weekend, I've decided every Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to work. I mean, there's enough for me to do, and I'll be putting in enough hard work Monday to Friday that I'm going to treat it like I was living in England. Every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, will be me focusing on work until I have to have my son. And then obviously I focus on my son, and that's how my days are going to be. And then on weekends, I'll try to chill out. I'll try to get some hobbies and interests. I'll go to the gym. I'll go swimming. If I've got my son, I'll take him somewhere. We'll go for days out or whatever, and I'll try to live a normal life. I have no interest in bars, bar girls, getting involved with a woman. I don't want a financial relationship. I don't need someone eating money from my pocket, especially when I want to go home. And I know for a fact, yeah, that if I get involved in a relationship here where I am, in Isan, it's going to be a financial relationship. Yeah, they've tried to play the long game with me, but eventually it will turn into a financial relationship and a headache, which I don't want. So we bat on, we stay focused, we work hard, and the best thing for me to do now is to make sure that my son's English goes back to normal and starts to improve. His mum speaks to him in Thai now most of the time, so I've noticed his English isn't as good at the moment. So right now I need him to spend as much time with me as possible. I'm happy to look after him as much as my ex wants me to look after him, because I can get into a routine and I can do the work while he's at school. The only issues that I'm going to have are in the school holidays, where I'm not really going to be able to work when I've got him, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But by that time, hopefully, I'll be making enough money to be able to take the hit and not work during those periods. But we can only do what we can do. So hopefully I've explained the money side to people. I mean, people seem to think that for some reason that I've never been able to earn money, or I've been some pauper or whatever. I've not been poor since I left the army. Since I left the army, I've always been able to make money. I've made more money than most people, but I don't like to talk about money. A lot of guys, when they talk about money in the comments, I feel like, wow, these guys have got to be on the monthly payroll. They've been in Thailand too long. Because of the type of woman that they're with, they've turned into them, and everything's money, 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 money. Guys, chill out. There's more to life than money. Yeah, we need money to live and pay the bills, but get a life, man. You know, enjoy your life. I'm sure that people can be smart enough to try to work out ways to generate money, but over here in Thailand it is very difficult, because you do need to meet people face to face. They have to trust that you can deliver, and it's very hard to do that on a video call, you know. There's only so much you can do on a video call. You have to meet people face to face. And the fact that I got left alone every single day for 3 months without being gaslit whatsoever or having any kind of crazy issues, I could fully lock in and concentrate. And now coming back, I'll be absolutely sorted. I did come back a month early than planned, but that was due to this job and this work. So yeah, this month's going to be a bit harder, because I didn't really plan to come back this early. It all kind of happened pretty fast, so I've had to fork out for a lot of things. So yeah, new motorbike as well. The place that I'm living in, the deposit, 2 months rent, etc. So it all adds up, and then the bits and pieces, shopping, and I spend a lot of money when I've got my son as well. But yeah, whatever, we just crack on. I'll get through this month, and then everything is a-okay, and we can live a good life, a normal life, and make sure that we have plenty of trips away and enjoy it, but just try to keep women out of the mix of everything, guys. And I'm not that bothered. I mean, I've been back, I've not touched a woman, not even had an interest in touching them, to be honest. I'm all right. I'm focused on work. I'm focused on my son, and that's how I want to keep it. Every now and again, you know, I might have the urge or whatever, and I don't know what I'm going to do then, but I'm not even going to think about that. Anyway, the next thing that I want to speak about is that already I've got a friend who's been with his partner for several years. She's got a good job. She makes money, but he can't get his head around that he's not in a normal relationship. I mean, he pays a certain amount of money each and every month, but he's not paying rent because he lives in her house, and he'll get money demands for certain stuff, you know, to buy gold, to pay for gasoline, or to pay for this bill or that bill. There's always something that pops up, and anytime she does him a favor to stimulate him, she'll always ask for something. So I was on the phone to him the other day, and he said, I can't speak right now, how's your father? So I went, and I thought, oh, she must be after something, because she's not normally like that, his missus. So then he contacts me back a couple of hours later and said she wanted a brand new kitchen. so I'm like, right, that's pretty normal. She's not doing it for free. She's not doing it because she enjoys it. She's doing it because she wants something, and that's just how it rolls. Accept it. So he denied the kitchen, and then she asked for something a lot smaller, and he denied that as well. So now she's giving him the silent treatment. He's fed up. He's had enough of it. But this is how it works. If they do something that they don't necessarily have to do to make you happy or to please you, especially around these parts here, with the type of women that guys are getting with, is that they're going to want something in return for it. And if they don't get something in return for what they've done, then they're going to kick off, they're going to moan, they're going to cause you drama, and they're going to give you silent treatment and stomp around, etc. until you do give in, because the way she looks at it is that she's just give you an extra, and she's got nothing in return. So now she feels duped, even though it was her idea and he never asked for it and he never forced it. But in her mind, she's been done over. So now she won't be happy until she gets something out of it. So I told him, you know, this will teach you a lesson. Next time she wants to do you any favors, you know, stop her, you know, and basically say, what do you want? And if you agree to it, crack on and do a good job. If you don't agree to it, stop right there. Don't waste your time. I don't need any drama. No, the answer is no. I'm not giving it you. You're not having it. You know, my wallet's staying closed. But it's insane that guys can be with women for so many years and not realize that a lot of their relationship is based around money. And I'm being nice here. I'm not saying the full relationship is based around money, but we're not back in Europe anymore. We are here in Southeast Asia, and in Southeast Asia, money does come first most of the time. And if you are in a relationship, you've got to elevate their status, and you've got to they've got to financially get something for being with you. And at the end of the day, if a woman is not bad looking here or middle ground, let's say a 6 out of 10 type of woman, they know that there's a foreigner down the road next door, there's someone there lined up that's willing to pay more than the guy that she's with. I mean, it is incredible here in Thailand. There's always a guy that's willing to open up his wallet for any type of woman. The woman could have 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. They don't care if that woman gives them a bit of attention or the time of day or looks a little bit sexy or whatever. These guys will pay the premium price for it. So that's what you're up against if you want to have any kind of normal relationship. There's always a simp down the road that's willing to pay to play more than you, and he has no scruples about it. He doesn't care if she's married, got a boyfriend, recently broke up, got a load of kids. They don't care. They just need that woman. It's weird. I can't get my head around it. I think you have to be that type of person to fully understand it. And there are a lot of those types around here in Thailand. There's a lot of different types here. It's going to bring in a lot of different types of people because of what Thailand has to offer here at the end of the day. But it is what it is, guys. You kind of get used to it. And who wants to be in a relationship where if you don't adhere to your girlfriend's demands, then she will tell you, or she will think in her mind, right, if you're not going to pay me this, or you're not going to give me this, then George or Frank or Dave down the road, they've been wanting to have me for years, so I'll just offer myself to them because I don't care. And if they're willing to pay more money, hit the road, Jack. And I'm going to go and grab Frank from down the road because it's more money. And it is what it is. But I just don't want to get involved in any of that. And I'm not here for any of that. I'm just here to look after my kid and work and hopefully get back soon. But it is nice to be back, guys. It's not all doom and gloom. It is all right to be back. It's nice to be back with my son. Everything feels familiar and normal. It's cooler than back in the UK, believe it or not. It was absolutely boiling. It got to 36 degrees one day, and I'd never felt heat like it. It's a different kind of heat back in England. And at night, I remember checking the temperature on my phone, and it was 26 degrees at like 9 o'clock at night. That's insane. But you don't have fans back in England. You don't have really many aircon units, so you have to just deal with it. So when I come back to Thailand, I realized it was a lot cooler, but the air was a lot warmer. And that was the only difference. But being out in Thailand right now, walking around, is cooler than walking around in the UK, unless it's cooled down now. But when I was there, it was boiling. Right, apart from that, guys, it's just a general chat about money, chat about my friend with people with issues and financial relationships and not understanding what they're getting involved in, blah, blah, blah. Thailand is a very crazy place. It's very different to back home, especially for the relationship game. Because back home, back home, the only way I can kind of compare it is that if you get with a gold digger or you get with a woman way out of your league back in your own home country, then of course you're expected to pay. Be with you for what? You know, just like some of these Thai women say, be with a phalang for what? Unless generating something out of you. Otherwise, what's the point of being with you? And the same for a gold digger back home. Be with your ugly ass for what? You know, if I've got to be with you, sleep with you, do things to you that make me want to vomit, then I want something from it, and I want something big, because if that woman, the more repulsive that woman finds you, the more money that person wants, the bigger the things that she wants, because she's going through her own little mini hell. Yeah, because money is number one. And it's a scary concept, and a lot of these women, if you think about it, do actually deserve the rewards that they get from being with some of these men, because not everybody is a nice guy, not everybody's hygienic, not everybody is psychologically well. You know, you do have all sorts and all different types of people in Thailand, but a lot of people don't like to talk about it, don't like to accept it. It's a weird and wacky place, but there are good people around, fortunately. I've met some really, really, really nice, decent people that know the score, that have got a brain, that have got common sense. They do exist, yeah. It's just that you don't normally meet them all the time, you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm waffling on. Ciao for now, guys. Until the next one. And if you've got a story, get it emailed to thaitalkwithdan@gmail.com, and I will share your story on the channel. Ciao for now. Bye bye.